Alright, gig gamers, my recording is Shazam. This is part 2 of What If Deku with Shazam. Now before we get started into this What If, in the last video, I remember where I started live and left off in the last video, but alright, one thing I point out, I got a lot of Uni-chans in the chat, in the comments. So the Godzilla one is coming out, and one of you guys asked if he's gonna be Godzilla, or it can be able to turn, or control Godzilla. Which, in my mind, I'm assuming you mean, be able to turn into Godzilla and then turn it back into a human. Which, that is the case. So, yeah, Godzilla 1 is coming out next, because I didn't get any 69s, which I'm shocked, but anyway. I'm not shocked, oh my god. Anyways, another thing is, I saw another comment about the ship. Well, I don't know what the ship is. And I saw another comment by the same guy that he wants it 18 plus. Well, screw it, okay. You got it, 18 plus. If you watching the beginning of this video, it's 18 plus. Screw it. I don't know what the ship is. I'm thinking about leaving who I'm going to ship him up with to you guys, but I'm sure I probably would have the ship done by the end of this video. You know what, I'm going to leave it up to you guys. I'm going to leave it up to you guys for part 3. Give me a literal sec. I think I just ran. Alright. What the fuck? Oh, anyway, the ship. I don't know what the ship is. I don't know what the ship is, but I want to get the ship done before before the end of this entire What If. And this one, I really want to do this one really badly, so I might break this one off in different parts. I might put extra storyline and plot into it, because they got a lot of other things I got going into the series. So might be the only video that has different parts containing different things. But anyway, I don't know what the ship is. You guys comment what the ship is going to be, because this video might at least be 40 minutes long, because I might not make it this long, because I'm not really in the mood to spend up 5 hours recording a video, because I got at least 2 hours on my hand before I got something else I got to do. And if this video becomes 2 hours long, I'm going to be very tired of it, because I'm going to be tired at the end and go to sleep. Anyways, there's something else that I wanted to say. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but I think I'm gonna also edit a few things about Deku's capabilities. But I don't think I will. But alright, let's get back into the What If, because I don't think I have anything to say. I probably did, but I forgot. So let's get back into the What If. But we last left off, I remember correctly, because I already forgot about it, because I had a whole day to do other stuff. It was Deku doing his patrols after fighting the Endeavor. I'm about to call him the Endeavor. Fighting Endeavor, Miracle, Hawks, and probably in Zawa in each clap. These literally just bodying each one of them. And the whole punch with Endeavor, sending him flying, he got like another status now, because the super strength has just been displayed, or enhanced punches and stuff, Blah, blah, blah. It's the next day and he's doing his patrol, and All Might's heard about him and everything. But All Might isn't going to go after him, because All Might's got his time limit to worry about. Because if he just turns into his buff form and just hunts after some random guy who's just doing a vigilante and probably everyone else can handle, not, he's gonna waste his time limit and probably have to be a hero for probably 15 minutes a day, which is gonna draw the living hell out of him. But anyways, the next day, it's time to show off more of Shazam's ability, because throughout this entire time, he's only showed off 3 abilities, somewhat of his lightning and his Wait, was it 3 abilities? Yeah, it was lightning, then the strength one, and then the flying one. Yeah. Oh my god, I almost forgot for a second. Oh my god. In 3 abilities, and it's time for him to show off more of his power. Because why not? Just add in some random characters, I mentioned in the last video how the mystical demons and crap are coming into the world, and that's something he's got to be worried about. Oh yeah, and for the next 10 months, he's gonna be gaining popularity until he fights All Might and get even more popular, and possibly even more on the most wanted list. Yeah, spoiler. Oh my god. Anyways, it's basically, just like, he's doing his patrols, he's stopping a few people who don't know what to do with their quirks. I might ship him up with a Mountain Lady. I'm gonna leave it up to you guys, because I don't think this video is gonna be that long. Alright, let's get on with the fucking wife. Maybe nope, I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. I want you guys to decide. He's doing his little patrols, he's stopping a little idiot mugger who, he's gotten the influence of some crazy drug, and is basically, flying, as Deku was flying over, fuck. Basically, as Deku just flying over the city, what is this guy's quirk gonna be? I'm just gonna give him 4 arms. 4 arms, and 6 eyes. Why not? 4 arms and 6 eyes, and he's just taking off, and Deku just like, ho ho ho, not today, yo. Ho ho, ho ho ho, not today. Ugh, that's cheesy. And he just lands down in front of him and says, "Alright, it's time for you to quit your act and turn yourself in and do something else useful with your quirk. Do something else with your quirk instead of being a bad guy, that type of hero stuff." Basically, the guy goes to hit him, we've all seen the events of what happens with people who don't have superpowers that's strong enough to hurt Superman or someone else. He punch goes and he just springs his arm against his face, doesn't even try to block it, they're like, boom, handspring, like, ah! And his Deku just takes his hand and bitch slaps him, Blah! And the guy just falls down after being unconscious. Yeah, just falls down and just basically out for the count. There's a lady whose purse he just snatched. She comes up to him and says thank you, and she grabs her purse. Grabs her purse, and his Deku says, "It's alright, ma'am, because I am here." And he kind of looks at him like, what? That's All Might's thing, and Deku's like kind of, getting to the whole persona of All Might. Then he's like, he basically just, and he just like flies off. And after like some dumb hero just comes out of nowhere, he's like, "Stop right there, Vigilante." And he's like, he's too late, he's already gone. Cause I'm pretty sure Shazam can fly like Mach 4, right? I'm not entirely sure. In space, I'm pretty sure he can travel at light speed, but they're gonna leave it there though. He just takes off, takes off, the hero. You got like a I don't fucking know. Oh, I don't heckin' know. Basically, throughout the next few weeks, Deku is gonna be like getting fan base, fighting off heroes and saving people. He's even showed other abilities, not other abilities, but basically another amazing feats that's basically All Might has done. He showed off his super strength by his super strength by literally lifting up a truck and just holding it up there for a short period of time, because he didn't have a reason to keep it up anymore after he pulled the truck driver out of there after he crashed his car from a rampaging person with a rhino quirk. With a rhino quirk, just lowers the car and stuff and just flies away and does his thing. And it's time for him to punch Mountain Lady in the face. You know what? Deku, turns the corner after the whole truck thing happened like a week ago anyway. So it's basically a week into the future, and as Deku is turning around a building as he's flying off to go back to his house. But as soon as he looks over, as soon as he turns the corner, Mountain Lady is just sitting up there, and basically she says, "Turn yourself in. Doesn't matter if you can you lift up cars and stuff, because she can lift up cars like they're nothing but toys." right? I'm pretty sure she can. I don't know. And basically, he says, "Yeah, I'm sorry, ladies, but I can't do that." And he basically just starts to fly backwards before she grabs him and tries to hold him in there in the ball. But his Deku, just not having it. He just takes her fingers and pushes it outward, and it gets out of her hand. It is basically he's not in the mood for it, so he says, "Who go easy on her?" And basically, she just takes her hand. Anyone seen the movie Megamind, and you know how Titan grabbed the lamppost or whatever the hell it is, starting fighting Megamind, you know that part? Think of him like that, except he's gonna use her as a weapon. He grabs her hand and picks her up, and just imagine him grabbing her hand, and then lifting her up, flying up, and then lifting her off the air, and then tossing him over her shoulder, and basically slamming him. You know how Thor does it? Just imagine him slamming her down on the ground like this. But instead of slamming her, he throws her. Because why not? Why not? He just throws her at a building, making her land on her back, and basically be stunned for a second before getting back up. And that she's it's just right there that he's not gonna go surrender without a fight. She throws a punch at him. At her being her size and the fact that something that big would cause him to move maybe a little bit. As the punches hits him. After the punch is over, he's just standing there with this unfazed look on his face. And as he just flies towards her and just literally speeds past her hands and goes up and uppercuts her, just uppercuts her, just knock her out, just not knock her out. It more as well just slaps her. It's more as equivalent to a punch that she just threw at him. More equivalent to that, and she more as well just stunned, and he takes his time to speed off, flying up in the air out of her reach. He just goes home. It is how Deku's he's not going home on time anymore. He's all coming home late in the afternoons, and sometimes at night, and sometimes close to 1 o'clock at night. His Inko's getting more worried as every time he comes home, he just comes home, doesn't say anything, he just goes into his room. And she's more or less worried about him and want to question them now, She's just waiting in the door. But Deku is, he's gonna come home. He's gonna come, stop off at an alleyway, because, he can't just transform back to his normal form in front of his house. That's gonna draw attention. And I'm pretty sure their house is, in front of a neighborhood and a bunch of other crap, so I'm pretty sure a lot of people would probably see. But anyway. He says out the magical words, Shazam! Oh my god. Shazam, and his lightning bolt strikes him, etc., etc. He turns back into a kid. He turns over, and he goes to rush over to his house. He's got incredible speeds, Anyway, he takes off, he runs home. As soon as he opens his door, his mom is there, and is just more or less confused on why he's coming home so late. He doesn't say anything, and he just rushes into his room. And, he hasn't told his mom about anything, how the fact that he has superpowers now. And like I mentioned in the last one, he can use his abilities without being in his Shazam form. Jesus fucking Christ, man. He just charges in his room without giving a crap. He charges in his room, slams it, locks it, and his mom is like, open the door, young man, etc., etc., and they'll skip to the next day. Boom, boom, boom. And I think I don't want to sit here and go over 10 months worth of Shazam work. Let's skip to a week before the UA entrance exam. Let's do that. No. 5 days. No. 3 days before the entrance exam. Yeah. Shazam's got this popular. How I said there's fan clubs about him. The girls one is fucking skyrocketing as the boy one. The boy one is skyrocketing. He's like, oh, he has an interesting quirk. He has a lightning quirk and a strength quirk, in a flying quirk. There's 3 quirks, a 3-pointer. What the fuck? It's 3 quirks. It's like a triple. What the hell? Is it half and half and half? Whatever the hell. I don't know. I think it's 3 quirks. It's pretty rare, right? Yeah. You got the boys club hell yeah, he's cool. He's almost as cool as All Might. And some people like, what if he's stronger than All Might? And they basically, he just like immediately, he just gets slapped like, no one's stronger than All Might. Which about to be proven wrong. We're proven wrong. The girls one is like, Deku has done some crazy, crazy, amazing feats of adulthood list, Alright, basically what I'm trying to say, that popular guy in school who's always got like everyone surrounding him and all the girls want him. Think of it like that, and he's more of like more or less the popular kid. He's like winked at most people he saved, like winked at him, like smiled. He just like lifts up cars, saves them, do all that other superhero-ness. He's even held people in his arms, and people who he saved, like the most of the women, they'd be like, "Oh, he's super strong." Oh my god, I'm getting too into detail with that one. Anyway, let's skip to 5 days before the entrance exam. Blah 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 blah. And as Deku is doing his patrols, not 5 days. Let's just put 2 days. Yeah, 3 days before the entrance exam. I'd rather do that. 3 days. 3 days. 3 days before the entrance exam. No one even knows he has a quirk. No one even knows that Deku's just basically always missing. Over these 10 months, Inko is getting more and more worried, grounding Deku, but Deku's always somehow able to get out of his room. Basically, he's not close with his mom anymore. His mom is more always mad at him nowadays. But anyways, Bakugo haven't even seen his ass. Anyone else fucking like what? No one's seen his ass. No one even knows him anyway. Anyway, he's trained a lot more, like working out in his kid form, and sometimes working out in his Shazam form, trying to up the strength and stuff. Training his mind, trying to pick up stuff with his mind. Like I said, the whole boost and stuff, he can like temporarily lift stuff up with his mind and crap. Think of him as what's that girl from One Punch Man? The sister of the other one, the small tiny the green haired girl, and then the dark green haired girl. The other one that has a weaker telepathic ability. He's more of like her, but his abilities aren't really. Oh my god, it's like post-best status. What the fuck? Ignore that. Doing stuff like that. It's like 3 days before the entrance exam, and All Might is happening to also be in the area, in a small Might form, and as Deku just flies over All Might and a bunch of other people, and they say, "Look at Shazam!" Blah blah blah. He can, and basically, All Might is like, it's a perfect time to try to catch him. Blah 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 blah. Et cetera. He buffs up. He chases after him. Deku doesn't get far before All Might is like right up there next to him, like, the Vigilante work isn't the way to go. You should join up to become a hero. And it's like Deku just sees All Might, and at that very moment, he goes from this like tough vigilante to a excited kid. Basically, he starts acting like a kid. Like, oh my god, All Might, I didn't know you. Oh my god, All Might. And he just like pulls out his notebook, like, let's just give him a belt, like a magical belt. He can store items in there, like, items that reach to certain proportions where they shouldn't fit into a belt. He just pulls it out. Just give him that in his costume. He just pulls it out and says, "You sign my book! You sign my notebook! You sign my notebook!" And he's just, like, starting to lose control just a little bit, and his arms are speeding around, like in normal anime fashion, All Might, sign my book. All Might, sign my book. Like, All Might is like, He's not gonna do it because, Deku's a vigilante and he's been causing problems. He's put a few heroes in very, very hospitalized states. Like broken arms, legs, and in certain cases, having experiences with being sent up there in the atmosphere and then being caught just before hitting the ground. Oof, that's terrifying. Anyway, And as All Might goes to try and take Deku in, and as Deku's like, "I'm sorry, bro," and he just like settles backwards, because like they're still moving in midair, and he just stops, and then All Might keeps going, and Deku sees how All Might isn't turning around because then the wisdom of Solomon's intellect is like, oh, he can't fly, he just can just jump really far, and he's more or less he's like, and just turns around and flies away, puts his stuff away, and just flies away. Like, okay, if I can get away from him, it's easy. It should be a breeze. And basically, All Might just, he just turns. After he lands, he just. Wait a minute. Yeah. After he lands, he just gets back up and just takes off back towards him. Like, hey, stop right there. And basically, All Might goes to grab his cape, but Deku just waves his hand back. He waves his hand back, slapping All Might's hand away. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but you can't take me in, bro. I'm untouchable. I'm doing just as well. Deku is like an upcoming All Might. He's also helping lower the crime rate in the city. Crime rate. Oh my God, Jesus, I can't talk right now. And basically, All Might says, if you won't come in willingly, I have to take you in by force. And he's like, okay. And his All Might just goes past him because All Might can't stop him midair and turn around. Pretty sure he could if he just just do what you normally would do to jump if you're on ground and cause wind pressure to push you back. Like it's like the Carolina Smash. When he pushes his arms back and just flies towards you with his back. It's like that, right? And all you have to do is just jump back. I'm not sure if I've seen All Might do that, so I'm gonna screw it. Let's have him do that. And Deku was just going to fly back. He just comes back at Deku and starts to try and tackle him. Easily tackles him. Easily, Deku was like kind of unfazed. He's like, then he starts geeking out again because how he's about to get into a fight with the #1 hero, and he's starting to geek out like Frank. But this is starting to geek out like, oh my God, I'm about to fight the #1 hero. And as soon as they land down, they just land down. And due to Deku not really, basically being, how the bullets would hit Shazam in the movie, and they'd crumble. Think of that to the ground, because All Might did have him on the ground would crack because of the fact that you can't hurt him with the bullets. You sure as hell ain't gonna crack him with the ground, or break him with the ground, whatever the hell I'm trying to say. And the ground breaks, Deku just says, okay, time to get you off. And he just takes All Might's arm and just gets it off of him and just starts to push back All Might. As he pushes him back, Deku just gets up. He gets up, it's like, alright, it's been fun. I'm gonna leave now. He goes to leave. All Might is like, I'm sorry, but I didn't want to do this. As he just basically goes to do a Detroit smash on him, Deku's like, oh, okay, I'm not having none of that. And he basically just takes off. He's just going at most of his speed. He's like really going fast. Not going fast, he just drops down to the ground. He's like over the edge. He's like, that's not how him speed away, because I want him to fight All Might. Of course, yeah, I do. He just drops down to the ground. He just lands out in the street. All Might's Detroit smash is like going up to where Deku was. And Deku just begins to really walk away. He's like, okay, it's act normal. It's act normal. And Deku can take off his costume in a Shazam form. Yeah, he can do that, but there's literally no point. He just said Shazam to turn into a cape right there in front of the public. He's not going to speed away because it's literally, it's like, he's not speeding away because of his pride. He's like, okay, I'm just going to walk away casually instead of running away like a chicken. And All Might just lands down and says, alright, I have to take you by force. And some of the heroes were kind of hoping this would happen because they were literally going to take in Deku. They're trying to take in Shazam. And basically, like, some people say how his name's kind of lame because, Captain Lightning or something, Black Thunder. Not Black Thunder, but, Thunder Rock, whatever the hell you want to call him. But, his name's Shazam, he says it sometimes, it says, I'm like, I am Shazam. Basically, he just lands down right there, and the heroes find this perfect time. They also jump down as Endeavor and them, and Miracle and everything else. And, what's the other guy? Kaminari? Kaminari's the guy with the lightning quirk, right? Electricity quirk, right? And aren't his parents like heroes or something? I'm not entirely sure, but in this case, if they aren't, they are. now anyway. And they're out here too. And this Deku, you basically think of it of Captain America and everyone in Thor, Iron Man. Was anyone else there fighting No. There was just Captain America, Thor, and Iron Man. They just those three fighting him. Think of that if most of the Avengers team was there. And if Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet as long as well with the power of a set of armor and the ability to lift up, basically Darkseid's ability as well. Like that, everyone's fucked. We ain't taking him down. Not tomorrow might do something to him before getting our neck snapped, but anyway. Let's get back to the what if. Deku's like unfazed with this. As All Might goes to do a Detroit Smash, and everyone just get ready to take impact. As All Might Detroit Smash lands, while the wind pressure is blowing, Deku's cape and his hood start to float backwards. And as he's just unfazed by it, because he thought he would go flying back, instead he's not. He's just sitting there. He's sitting there. He's ready to take the hit, but he's just sitting there. And so he just starts, he's very confused, so he steps a few steps forward. And everyone else is like, what? I'm sorry if anyone's wearing headphones that had that turned up to the max. Oh my god. Anyway, he's like, excuse me? And Deku realizes it's not having an effect on him because he's like planted down on the ground. He's like, okay. As he takes steps closer and closer, it's almost like, excuse me, that's not supposed to happen. And he goes back for a Texas Smash, and it does nothing like last time. Deku just does basically he pulls back his fists and he does the same thing All Might just did. He lights his hands up with lightning and he says, Detroit Smash. As he doesn't have the whole wind pressure ability that All Might's quirk allows him to. The stockpiling and dispersing thing, because in case you don't know what I'm talking about and you're just a complete nub. All Might's quirk is made, One for All is made of two quirks. The ability to pass on quirks and the ability to stockpile energy and disperse it, right? Yeah, so on. As the chances of someone being born with the stockpile and the disperse ability is actually pretty high. Not pretty high, but it's like somewhere with the rarity. Having a chance for someone else to be born with All Might's, with a part of All Might's quirk, basically, that's kind of high, it's like very dangerous as well. Oh my god. Anyways, Deku just says, Detroit Smash! Instead, he doesn't have the whole wind pressure ability, so when it comes out, instead it's a huge barrage of lightning. And basically, just a giant lightning bolt comes out of his hand with extra sparks of lightning traveling in different directions as it just goes and hits All Might, sending him backwards flying. As Deku just prepared to fight the other heroes that are there. And he just basically begins to ready up for a fight, cracks his knuckles, cracks his neck, and spins his neck around. He basically just cracked his neck. And Endeavor's like, he's like very, very pissed off. He's like, he's been working so hard to surpass All Might, and now there's apparently someone here stronger than All Might, so now he's got another person to surpass. And another child to make. Oh my god. Because Todoroki was created, the reason Endeavor had all those kids was the reason because he wanted to surpass All Might. In order to do that, he needed to handle his weakness, because if he uses too much of his fire quirk, he gets overheated, and if his wife used too much of her ice quirk, she started to kill herself with frostbite. I wonder who the next kid's gonna be. Endeavor, someone else. Anyway, anyway, Endeavor goes to a full launch attack. Basically, Deku just takes his hand back, and he just sends like a little barrage of electricity, like just everywhere, just sends it at Endeavor, sending him flying backwards with a little sizzle to the thing and little clouds, like a little bit of smoke screams coming up. Screams! Jesus Christ. Anyways. You basically Avengers in-game type style. And some people back off because they don't like the beginning heroes and the low-class heroes. They're like, okay, I'm done. And they basically just, some heroes start to take off, while other ones like Miracle, Mountain Lady, and other people get ready to go up against them. is Deku just basically he's ready. He's ready. He's about to take the stance, and he's already learned from Miracle's tricks, but not Miracle's tricks, but what she would do, like jump at you. So as soon as he jumps at him, he does the same thing as her. He basically faces her direction and jumps at her, and he basically goes to kick her. He goes to kick her, and if he kicks her, he's gonna send her flying. So yeah. But I don't think Deku would be that cruel to her. I don't think he'd be that cruel to anyone. So I'm pretty sure he'd just do what he did to try and scare her out of attacking him. And pretty much that would work, basically. But not really work, because I'm pretty sure her pride is very much up there as well. I'm not sure. He just goes to kick her, and they collide. But instead of Deku having the powers of Shazam, she is a piece of paper going up against a giant anvil. And, as they collide, Deku just keeps going as Miracle just basically thrown back against a wall and hit by his feet as they collide. Basically collides with her in the wall. Boom, crushing her, not crushing her, but slamming her into a wall with his feet. As he jumps back and does a backflip, a triple backflip, and lands on his feet. He's like, okay, I'm defeat you with just my brute strength. And just before that, All Might is up and he's about to do a Carolina smash. You hear, is it Carolina or California? I don't know. I think it's Carolina. Carolina smash. Samash. Yeah. Samash. As it claps with his face, it's a punch. So it's gonna send his face back. It's like bend his face back. And just like like a normal punch if you just don't punch someone. They flinch, not flinch and have their head go back. But the wind pressure meets and it does nothing. Deku doesn't have shock absorption, so it doesn't really stop the wind pressure real much. He just goes after All Might, and everyone else is just capturing this on video. There's a live feed of a fight between All Might and the #1 Vigilante. All Might throwing punches to Deku. Finally throws a punch to Deku's stomach. What does the thing at Saitama when One Punch Man when Saitama got punched in the gut, he goes flying back, and just lands down on his feet. I think I've said this once. I don't know why I've said this once. I feel like I've said this once. Someone comment idiot in the comments if I did say this already. Because if you did, yup. If I did, just type in idiot in the comments. Thank God. Oh my God. That just happens, it's not gonna do much damage. Deku's really fanboying out. If he wanted to, he'd probably try to stay there, but he doesn't want to try to hurt All Might. He's gonna comply with that. All Might is basically losing control right here because this guy can beat him. Imagine if someone else's quirk will evolve one day to be able to rival him as well, and that person becomes a villain. Oof. Deku just began to dodge and weave some All Might punches, and delivers a punch of his own, just sending him flying back. Not flying back, but going easy on All Might. Just sitting on back, like a normal punch would do to a normal person. And they start to exchange blows with Deku and All Might blocking each other's punches at time to time. As Deku would just get tired of this, and just All Might would see his fist, and then his fist literally zoom up to his face, go, speed of Mercury, motherfucker. Speed of Mercury, motherfucker. Like spoon, like lightning attacks. They take this fight in the air because it's too dangerous to keep doing that in the ground, and they both know that. Why not? This video is literally the worst thing I've ever created in my life. Oh my God! They take him up into the air, slamming him through buildings and stuff. Until it gets to the point where a building about to collapse with a bunch of other people in it, and for the sake of it, just have Bakugo and a few people who are going to be going to UA in Class 1A. Be in the vicinity at the same time, with Bakugo, Kirishima, not Kirishima, Kaminari. That's a Harding in court guy, right? Bakugo, Kaminari, and basically those two. The Bakugo and Kaminari, and the Lightning Court guy, Kirishima. That's the name I already said. Jeez, I forgot both of them. Kaminari, Kirishima, Bakugo. Those three are different vicinities, different areas, and basically All Might lands right near Bakugo, as Deku just basically lands down. Boom! This is the first time people are gonna actually get the chance to see a one-on-one battle between two very strong people. And this is the first time Bakugo is actually gonna see Shazam, basically. And he's gearing up to fight. He's gearing up to fight, standard fighting position. And this Bakugo's like, what the heck? Basically. And if this guy's defeating All Might, then there's another person he has to fight, The same way as Endeavor, basically like that. And basically, for the sake that I want Deku to literally bitch slap Bakugo, yeah, why not? Bakugo lunges at Deku, using his quirk without permission. It sends a huge barrage to his face, which Deku just literally does not care for right now, because that would do nothing to him. As smoke screens, just dissipates, and Bakugo just watches as Deku is, unfazed. Basically, he just looks at Bakugo with just a really killing intent type of stare. You do that again and I will kill you. I'm going to say in a sinister voice. You do that again and I will kill you. That's Vegeta. You do that again and I will kill you. There we go. And basically, Bakugo just basically just backing off, because if the guy could just literally take an explosion like that to the face, it's not worth trying, because occasionally at that point, if someone just gonna sit there and take something like that to the face and just be unfazed by it, and it's better off to back off. As All Might's coming up to go give him a punch, but stops because Bakugo is literally right there. But people are running, and the Class 1A students, they're gonna stay in the vicinity. Why not? It's Deku just like, alright, All Might, I think this fight is just gone a bit over too much. Let's go back 10 seconds. Then 5 seconds. Instead of saying All Might, Wisdom of Solomon, he easily says, alright, Toshinori, I think the fight's over. There's enough destruction. Enough destruction. Enough destruction has been made already. All Might's kind of confused, because I'm pretty sure no one knows All Might's name, and they don't even know what his quirk is. He's like, what the because, most people don't even know what his name is. He's, confused, how... I'm pretty sure that's the case, right? Yeah, how the hell does this guy know my name? Most of Japan doesn't even know my name. Literally, almost the entire Japan doesn't even know All Might's name. In, the rest of the world. Excuse me? Basically, as they're talking, a building begins to collapse right under Kaminari, right? The guy, the hardening quirk, right? Hardening quirk guy, right? And the Deku just sees it, He doesn't see it, but more of it hears the more screams of people in the building. As he just turns to look to see, he turns to look to see, the building falling down. As that is a perfect moment for the speed of Mercury to kick in. As he looks over, and All Might is about to go try to help as well, Deku is already gone, This big bunch of wind being blown everywhere. The after shadow, or the shadow after, whatever the hell it is. As he basically begins to fade out. As his after shadow just shown. And he's already up there, he's already flown up, and he's already grabbed the building, and he's already holding it up. He just lowers the thing down, being all strong and shit. Everyone's getting out. He's still holding up the building with one hand. Just holding up the building with one hand. He was like, alright, this is child's play. This is child's play. Basically, let's have him... screw it. Let's have All Might just rush over there as well. That weird sound when, All Might or Deku ran, boom. In the beginning of the exam when Deku jumped up to punch the robot. That sound, what the hell is that sound? Boom, whatever the hell you want to... I can't even make the sound if I would even had the chance. He just basically springs over there and he basically wants to help, but Deku's already got everything handled. He just holds up the building. Everyone's getting out of there. Yeah, everyone's getting out of there. Deku lowers the building, sets it on the ground. Or at least the chunk of the building that fell, sets it on the ground. And he just looks over at All Might and says, can we please stop fighting? There's enough damage caused. And Deku All Might just says, no, you're a vigilante and I'm taking you in. So it's like, "Oh, please, Toshinori, don't take me in." He basically says, he's not gonna say, "How the hell do you know my name?" But he's more or less gonna say, he doesn't say anything. He's more confused how the guy knows his name. I don't even know I don't even know All Might's last name, bro. I can't even say his last name, bro. I think it's Toshinori Yagio. I don't know. He's like, please. Basically, that All Might's like taking no for an answer. Like basically goes over to try to grab him and try to take him in again. And Deku just had enough. Wisdom of Solomon, Okay, time to punch him in your weak spot, bitch. He basically takes his fist back, lights enhances it, fucking speed of Mercury, punches this bitch, punches him right in his weak spot as blood literally pops out of All Might's mouth. Right in front of Kirishima, Kaminari, Kaminari, and he basically just sends All Might flying up. He's like, you know what, just add more strength to that, because this little puny earthling strength is gonna help. Like, boom. All Might's gonna go flying, like the Nomu did. It's not as far, just over there on top of a car, someone's insurance about to go up to the oh my god. He just lands on the car, and he's just splitting up blood. As his time's really about to run out, because smoke starts to cloud up. He has to get out of there as fast as he can. He's in an alleyway, because they need to get away without, why not? Because I don't want fucking people. Oh, yeah. No, he's gonna get up and go beyond. He just jumps at him. Not jumps at him because, he jumps at him, but Deku's in the air because he's already leaving. He's like, Detroit, Sima, punch goes at him. He goes back just a little bit, A fight ensues where they're fighting. It's time to slam All Might into the ground. Fighting, blah, 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 etc., etc. Let's have him summon a gigantic lightning bolt. Basically, he just summon a lightning bolt. He just throws it at All Might as if he's punching, and the lightning bolt comes out of the sky, hits All Might, as Deku rushes up and sucker punches All Might in the face, sending him flying. And after that, that's the last time All Might goes up to fight him, as Deku just flies away. Doom. He just flies away. It's going faster than he normally would because he wants to get out of here because he doesn't feel like fighting All Might anymore because that's just a waste of time. Fighting All Might is just going to cause more problems. Like, literally, the city's in shambles. It's like 3 days for the entrance exam. Deku goes home to try to get a break so he can try not to fight anyone. He's like, alright, not having this. He's like seriously grounded. He's like, Inko is not letting him out of his sight because if he gets let out of his sight, possibility of him leaving and doing whatever he's doing because he's trying to follow him but can't keep up. Because, Deku goes into a building, he speeds off to a quiet location, changes into Shazam and takes off and does his thing. By the time she actually gets there, he's not even where she thought he was, Somewhere else, And for the next 3 days, Deku's gonna be getting ready to go to the entrance exam. And I'm gonna save that for the next video. Like I said. Who we shipping, boys? Where we dropping, boys? Where we dropping, boys? Make sure to comment, like, subscribe. You don't have to. You don't have to. This is literally something you have that's against your will. That isn't against your will. Oh my god, what did I just say? Comment, like, subscribe. Peace out, everybody. No one loves. No one. My bad.